Welcome back to the Badass Broadcast, where we cut through the bullshit, rise from the ashes, and step unapologetically into our power. This is your sacred space to thrive, heal, and embody the unstoppable version of you. I'm your host, the Queen Lady T, your favorite fire starter and the self-love mentor your shadow work warned you about. I'm here to help you break cycles, burn the rule books, and rise into your power like the divine badass you are. This ain't therapy. It's a whole vibe and an unstoppable ascension. Let's light it up.
This is your anthem, your power unleashed, a movement of love, a force of peace.
All right, so today we are diving deep into the trenches. This episode is not for the faint of heart. We're talking twin flames. Just this once. We're talking twin flames, spiritual connections, and the truth about letting go of something that feels so divine, but might actually be destructive. If you've ever found yourself chasing someone who doesn't show up for you, romanticizing pain and calling it love, or stuck in a connection you just can't explain, this is your moment. This is your medicine. This is your wake-up call. And now, let me be real with you. This is not your average twin flame episode. It's not full of internet fluff. It's not the overcomplicated spiritual world salad. It's definitely not a step-by-step on how to decode if your person is the one. I'm not here to debate what a twin flame is or isn't. I'm not here to give you a checklist or to prove your label, but I am here to give you a trigger warning. If you're extremely attached to a specific person, whether it's your twin flame or you think they are, if you're deeply attached to that twin flame label itself, this episode might trigger the fuck out of you, as it should. And I say that with love, with so much love. So just be warned, be prepared, but most of all, be ready to heal, because that's what this episode is really about. So I've been on the twin flame journey for what feels like my entire life. It's damn near been my entire life. I met mine when I was just a kid, literally sandbox. And even back then, I didn't understand what I was feeling. Of course, I was a kid. The intensity between us was always wild, so strong that sometimes it was hard for me to even look at him or talk to him. And I had no words for it back then, of course, but I was always the runner. But fast forward over the many years, of course, life happened. We lost touch. I got married, and then one day, it was just kind of like boom. So we were in touch for a while. We decided to meet up, hang out. Nothing serious, just to hang out. It's been like almost 20 years at this point. I'm not thinking anything of it. But then that same deep, soul-stirring pull came rushing back into my body like it never left. And I was just like, whoa, what the hell? How is that even possible? So, of course, I ran again. But this time, things went down a little bit different. So during those years apart, I experienced a full-blown Kundalini awakening. And out of nowhere, my soul just started calling out to him. Or I don't even know, maybe his soul was calling out to me. But suddenly, after doing some deep shadow work, I woke up one day and I missed him so deeply. even though we hadn't spoken in years, and I could not shake it. It was literally driving me crazy. I couldn't shake it. I couldn't understand it. So eventually I gave in. I reached out to him, and the moment we connected again, it was like just peace, stillness, home. Like there was no more longing, there was just presence. And at one point, I mentioned the intense feelings from when we were kids and how I felt that again a few years ago, the last time we connected. And he said something that blew my mind that I will never forget. He said, I felt it too. It was like we were together even when we weren't. And that moment, that was my confirmation. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I thought we were platonic soulmates, but I'm pretty sure, like I'm almost 100% sure, we're twin flames. What did I do that for? Let the roller coaster begin. And now I'm not going to go into extreme details. If you're nosy and you just want to know, feel free to DM me or whatever and ask. I don't mind sharing, but it's not something that I just feel necessary to share publicly in the entire story. But I do want to be clear on something. We are not in a romantic relationship. We are very close. We are closer than we've ever been. We learn and grow together. But union happened within me because that's what this journey is really about. This connection, it cracked me open. And from that crack, that's where the poetry poured out. And I want to share with you one of my favorite pieces from my book that is available now, Cosmic Butterflies, Soul Poetry of a Twin Flame. So, and this one is like real short and simple, but I don't know, it's just something about this poem that I love. It's called a twin flame haiku. So if you remember in school having to do a haiku, those are all about like syllables, having a set amount of syllables. And so this is called a twin flame haiku. And it goes, I thought I knew love until I met my own soul. You caught me off guard. Let's just let that sit for a minute, because sometimes the simplest truths are the ones that split us wide open. Just 3 lines sum up so much. I thought I knew love until I met my own soul. You caught me off guard. And that can mean so many things in so many ways. Now, another thing I want to clear up right now. I am not a twin flame coach. I have no desire to be a twin flame coach. And yeah, the thought did cross my mind once back before union. You go through that stage and it's just like all you want to do is talk about twin flame this and twin flame that. And you think you got all the answers because you've put together all these things from the internet and you've had all these aha moments. And yeah, no. This will be the only time you probably even hear me use the term twin flame. And even though it's in the subtitle of my book, that was basically just to make a point of what the portrait was born from. But I probably used the term twin flame in the book maybe a handful of times. And most of that is in like the intro and the outro. Maybe a couple times in the poems. And here's why. Because I don't care for the label. I don't care for the label. I mean, Ultimately, it's just a title, it's just a label, it's just another trap, another thing to keep you stuck. Like, says you out here Googling symptoms like it's a diagnosis. And I see women and some men get so obsessed with the twin flame. Oh, my twin this and my twin that, and chasing the signs and checking the boxes and following the TikTok tarot videos and hoping they'll hear what they want to hear. Getting a new tarot reading like every week as if something has changed when you've done absolutely no work to change anything. But listen, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't need a label to validate your pain. You don't need a label to validate your healing. You don't need a label to justify staying in something that's hurting you. That person you're fixated on, they're just another soul you're deeply connected to. You don't need to force it. You don't need to chase it. Stop trying to make it more than what it is and start just letting it be what it is. And here's something I really need you to understand. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance. It doesn't mean accepting mistreatment, emotional chaos, or energetic breadcrumbs just because you feel spiritually tied to someone. That's not divine. That's dysfunction. You can be deeply connected to someone and still say, I love you, but this isn't healthy for me. You can feel the soul bond and still walk away. You can be heart-led and still hold boundaries. You can be soft and spiritual and still be a boundary-setting badass. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's your twin flame or your karmic. If you are grounded in self-love, anchored in truth, and honoring your healing, your soul will never steer you wrong. That's not just spiritual maturity. That's true power. This connection can be a blessing if you let it, but only if you stop trying to make it something it's not and start surrendering to what it is. It's a mirror. It's a fire. It's an awakening. And let me tell you something else. That roller coaster, that firestorm, it's the reason I do what I do today. It's the reason I became a self-love and mindset mentor. Because when I was searching for answers, all I saw was fluff, bullshit, or manipulation. Coaches promising you a reunion if you just buy their program, if you just do these things and look at all their YouTube videos and do this and your twin flame will come back. Follow me. I've helped so many twin flames come together. At the same time, they're telling you it's not about a relationship while telling you they can help you have the relationship. I'm sorry, make it make sense. I wasn't here for it. I wasn't here for it. None of it resonated with me. None of the tactics resonated with me because I knew my discernment told me like I didn't need any of that bullshit. I knew there had to be something real, something grounded, something soul-led. So I became what I needed because I realized the only way to find union with anyone is to find union within yourself. And I get it. I get it. You know, some say a twin flame is the other half of your soul. Some say your soul is perfectly whole. You and your twin flame are one. Some say you and your twin flame share the same soul blueprint. But the fact is, the law of oneness says when you become one with you, you become one with everything and everyone. You see, it's not about the flame, it's about the fire in you. And this connection is life changing. It literally changed my life. It birthed my book, Cosmic Butterflies, which is a hypnotic, sensual, and soul shifting poetry collection for anyone who's ever loved, lost, and risen. I channeled all that intensity of my journey into something beautiful. It was literally my medicine. And it led me to my passion, to my purpose. It led me to me. And now my self-love is unshakable. My self-worth is untouchable. My confidence is like next level. And people will try. They will try to come for me for many reasons. My age, because of how many kids I got. Hell, simply because I'm confident and I don't fall in line. But I cannot be shaken. I cannot be bullied. You can't bully a woman who knows her worth, because I value myself entirely too much. And you sure as hell can't trap her in a half-hearted connection. Anybody who doesn't love me the way I love me isn't even in my frequency. I have no worry about falling into the wrong relationship. And I get it. It's a lot of people listening right now who probably in total disagreement of everything that I say. And that's okay. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm probably going to piss a few twin flame coaches off. That's okay too. I do it absolutely unapologetically. And I stand on everything that I say because I've been there. I've been through it. I have lived my life on this journey. And I took all that pain, I took all those tears, and I rose like the phoenix I was born to be. I danced with a flame, and I became the fire. And from that fire, an unstoppable badass was born. So here's what I want you to take away from today. You don't need a label. You don't need permission. You don't need them to choose you. You need to choose you. Stop breaking your own heart. Let go of the fantasy. Let go of the chasing. Let go of trying to make them your one. They were just the spark. And you are so much more than a flame. You, my love, are the whole damn fire. Now, if this episode stirred something in you, if you're feeling cracked open or called deeper into your own becoming, this is your invitation. Your journey to deep, soulful love starts right here. Whether you're navigating the intensity of a twin flame connection, or longing for deeper self-love, or simply craving a space where you can grow into your most empowered self, you're in the right place. Self-love isn't just a buzzword. It's the foundation of every soul connection. It's the key to healing past wounds. And it's the most powerful act of transformation you can give to yourself. If you've ever felt stuck or lost or like you are meant for something more, this is your moment. As a soulful self-love and mindset mentor, I help women heal from emotional wounds, release limiting beliefs and painful patterns, cultivate unshakable self-love and confidence, navigate the twin flame and soul connection journey with clarity, step into their divine, powerful, highest self, and finally, manifest the love they truly deserve. So if you're ready to rise, I've got 2 ways you can start right now. Join the Elevated Soul Tribe. This is my free Facebook community where we dive into self-love, soul growth, and divine empowerment together. Book a badass breakthrough session, and this is a free, powerful 30-minute call where we uncover what's holding you back and help you reclaim your power with clarity and with purpose. You can go to unstoppablepbadass.me to get started, because this is your time. You don't need a twin flame coach. You need someone who's been through the fire and came out blazing. And I got you. And Love Bug, my brand new book, is available now for pre-order. You can get the ebook now on Amazon at a special introductory price, or you can just flip through and sample the books. It'll give you like the intro. You can read a couple of the poems and even go through the table of contents. It's called Cosmic Butterflies, Soul Poetry of a Twin Flame. And it's a healing, hypnotic collection of poetry for every divine feminine who ever loved deeply, hurt deeply, and rose like hell anyway. This is for you. It's your soul story in poetic form, your mirror, your reminder that you are always the fire. And I want to hear from you. If you got questions about the twin flame journey, and I know I said that, we weren't going to talk about it anymore, but if there's something you want to hear my take on that I didn't cover in this podcast episode, or if you just have specific questions that you might need a little insight on, if you have a favorite poem from Cosmic Butterflies that you would like to share, slide in my DM, tag me, email me, let's connect. Let me know what you love to hear also in future episodes, not just on the twin flame journey. Please, not on the twin flame journey, because this podcast isn't just a platform. It's a sacred space for your voice too. And I don't mind being that voice. But before we close out, I've got a special treat for you. So as a hip hop recording artist, my first album, a collaboration with my music partner, J Dobbs, featured a track called Broken. And I wrote my verse. A lot of it was fueled from the poetry book that I was writing at the time. But I wrote this verse during the hardest part of my soul journey. And it's dedicated to all the divine feminines who ever loved hard, let go harder, and risen in their power. So stay tuned until the end of this episode, because that verse, that truth, that fire, it is yours. It is my gift to you. Now, before we go, let's anchor your power with some powerful affirmations. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Hold, release, and repeat after me. I release the label. I embody the lesson. I choose me. I am whole. I am worthy. I am free. I am the fire. I choose me. Breathe in. Let it anchor you. And remember, love bugs, you are an unstoppable badass, worthy of everything your heart desires. Keep healing loud, loving hard, and showing up like your future depends on it, because it does. Let's get it.
It's like you fell from the sky. It happened so fast, I can't deny. I didn't know or care why, but in an instant you became my everything. Best sleep I ever had when you became my every dream. It seems in disguise you were a blessing, sent to be my test and a teacher of the most painful lessons. It hurts. Just like that, you up and took flight, left me alone to fight, stuck in a hell of a dark night. You left me here drowning in tears, frozen in fields of defeat. And when you chose someone else, that damn near killed me. It hurts. Why not me? It should've been me. Why you keep pretending I'm not everything you want and need? How you keep ignoring our flame like you can't feel the heat? How you ignore our soul song as if you can't feel the beat? It burns, but like a phoenix I rise stronger than ever, still trying to put the broken pieces back together. It hurts.